Welcome friends, it is I, Scarf, and it's time for the vlog. And in the background is a pretty amazing situation that happens. It's a very short game, but it's kind of amazing. The reason why it wasn't used as a main game is because it's just too dang short. That is the only reason. Like, it's something. It's a thing, but I didn't want to use it as a main game, so you'll see it here. And there's going to be a Damioden Jungle video in the future, I think this week, so you still get more Damioden if you want to see Damioden, so there you go. This is me going Damioden support, and, well, things happen, and it's kind of amazing how things happen. Let's see here, Smite stuff, so Raijin, more stuff with that, just, the skins look alright, the balance patch is meh. So, again, I have to accept something, that is that Hi-Rez sucks at balance, and I effectively have to give up on believing that Smite is ever going to have a good balance to it, and that whatever stupid broken thing happens in the game, I have to deal with it and play around it, or just play into it and just take advantage of it, because the game's never going to be balanced very well. It's always going to be just unbalanced. There was a time when it was balanced pretty well. That was back in, like, Season 1. Like, Season 1 felt very balanced to me. There were a couple ridiculous things here and there, but for the most part, they got rectified pretty quickly. Season 2, something stuck around for a couple months. Season 3, there's some ridiculous things that are not getting touched at all, and so Season 3 is a mess, in my opinion, balance-wise. I'm really not happy about it, but at the end of the day, just gotta play the game. That's it. So again, I have to accept another thing I don't like about Hi-Rez, and that's just it. Just move forward with it. Not enjoying as much, but move forward. Kokoken Guide came out, people liked it. I'm gonna try to do a Machinima next. Not exactly Machinima. It's Machinima, but it's not, like a story. I'm gonna try to do something else where just a lot of really cool things. And I'm going to work on that, and it should be pretty cool. It should come up. I'm going to shoot for this Thursday. Might not succeed, but I'm going to try to do it for this Thursday. We will see if it happens. For some reason, Thursday's the day I decided to just have everything released. I think it's because I'm just able to get things for Thursday. I'd rather not do them on Sunday because other reasons. I actually have really good reasoning as to why. I think the reason why I don't release on Sunday is because I could also spend Sunday to do editing. I could also spend the day doing editing, like Monday through Wednesday, although I'm mostly working. I can spend a little time here and there to edit on those days, and then I can have it done by Thursday. I think that's why it's always Thursday that I have things released. Not the best day, probably, but it's the best day that works with my schedule as far as I can tell, which is why it happens like that. Anything really worth talking about? Not really. As far as the channel goes, we're just going forward right now. I gotta talk about this. So, a lot of games released this week. Holy crap, and we've only addressed some of them. The Hitman beta happened, and then Hitman Go happened, and then we got a copy of Battle Station Harbinger, which I need to get done after this vlog. That released on Wednesday. Flame in the Flood, which I bought into, released Wednesday. Gotta get that done. Super Hot, we donated into on Kickstarter. Getting that done. There's a lot of games that released this week, so I'm getting all the one-shots done now, because you want to get those done as soon as possible, close to release date, so that they're relevant, in my opinion. So that's why I'm doing that. And I've done like 3 takes of Super Hot. I keep going over it again and again and again, thinking like, there's got to be a better way I can do this, there's got to be a better way to do this. And I think I found the best way I can do it. And that is basically, I've beaten the game, done a bunch of stuff, and now I can just show the game off. I think that's a better way to do it instead of just going through it. Just showing off the game is probably the best way to do it. And I gotta talk about price. The game's $25. It is a short game. It's got some good replay value to it. It's a pretty interesting concept. It's just, it's 25, and that's a hard sticking point for a lot of people. Harbinger's a different beast. Harbinger is this interesting game with potential to it that is not on the mark. It's close, but not good enough. We got the code for free, so I feel bad about that, but I gotta be honest, because I gotta give real feedback here. The game is alright. It's not the greatest, and it is a $15 game, and no, it shouldn't be a $15 game in my opinion. I don't know. Like, price is a weird sticking point. We're going to just talk about this for a moment. It's a hard thing to talk about because, you know, you want people to do well, you want people to make money and make a living, but at the same time, it's hard. It is really a hard sticking point to really go over, and I just don't know. Like, I really don't. Like, Battle Station Harbinger, not bad, but I don't think it is a... Oh, it's a $10 game, not $15, my bad. It's not. I don't think it's a $10 game. Like, Brothers was a really, really good movie, really good game. That's like 2 to 3 hours long. It's $15. I could not say it's worth $15 because you only play that game once. Maybe another time just to re-experience the story, but once you've done it once, you're done with that game, really. It's not a game you can really do over and over again. Then you've got Undertale, which is a game that people have played over and over and over and over and over again for $10. And for me, I only played it once. I can only play it once, in my opinion, for the way I did the game. The story was amazing, and it was definitely worth the $10 to me, but I ain't going to play it again, and that's fine with me. It's just, I don't know, value is different to different people. It depends on length, quality, just a lot of different things, and so it's a hard subjective thing to talk about, and I'm going to try to talk about it, but it's not going to be an easy thing. That's the problem. And it's very much a subjective thing. At the end of the day, of course it's a subjective thing. That's just how we all feel about things. If you don't have a lot of money, you want to get games that are bang for your buck. Games that you can play for a long time and don't cost too much. Or, if you spend all your money on one game, it has to be a game you can play a lot. Like, if you like Dynasty Warriors games, you get a lot of bang for your buck with those games because you have so many characters to play through the same thing over and over and over again. But you have to, of course, enjoy that concept, of course. But you have a lot of money, and you don't really care as much about replay value, but you want really good experiences, then games like Brothers works for you. Brothers is a $15 game. I don't think it's $15 as far as time goes, but as a story of just strong quality and impact, yeah, sure, 15 for some people, yeah, and there's people who can afford to do that. I'd say it's a $10 game for that impact. Undertale is a game that it's very good. It's low res, but has an amazing soundtrack, good story to it, has replay value to it. You can play that game many times as far as time goes, and it'll be worth more than $10 as far as time goes. But for some people, just because of the quality, just how it looks, or maybe some people feel like it's less. I don't know. It's a so subjective thing. Undertale is worth all the dollars to me, as far as I can tell. It's just, for Super Hot, it is a fun experience. It has replay value to it. It's just also a very simple game, and it just, I don't know, $25 for that is a steep price to ask for that. So I don't know. It's just, it's a hard subjective thing to talk about. I really don't know. Other things, Deadpool movie. Watched the Deadpool movie finally. I've read like all the comics up to like 2014 at this point. I didn't have a lot of time to read it in 2015, so I haven't read the most recent, but I've read pretty much everything up to that point. So I've read Deadpool Core, I've read Lady Deadpool, I've read all this stuff, like all the newer ones, except for the latest year. Now, apparently the latest year, there's Deadpool versus Thanos, which I need to read, because that sounds interesting, but I've read so much of Deadpool. So I see the movie, and the movie's really good. If you're a fan of Deadpool, you will love the movie. If you're not a fan of Deadpool, if you just want to see an action movie, it'll be pretty good. Like, it's not as a person who doesn't know what it is, I think you'd be kind of entertained, but I don't know how entertained you'd be compared to if you knew what Deadpool was. Because I only know my side, and that is, as a Deadpool fan, it's very good. They do Deadpool very well, they do him justice. He very much is Deadpool, but he's his own version of Deadpool. Ryan Reynolds' version of Deadpool is its own version. It's very much similar to the other Deadpools, but it's its own version at the same time, which is very cool to me. And I did like a 30-minute video on that, like I recorded it, it's face cam and talking. I gotta edit and everything, then I'll release it. Basically, I want to do spoiler talks when it comes to the big movies, just because I want to talk about the movies a little bit, because I really enjoyed them. I did like an hour-long one for Star Wars. I didn't release it. I didn't release it because, like, oh my god, this is a huge thing. And I went over every scene in Star Wars. Scene after scene after scene, all the little things, because I watched it twice. So I was just, everything. I talked about every detail. I'm like, you know what, this is a big beast. This was just for me. I'm just going to delete this. It was just a big thing. But this Deadpool one I'm going to release for sure, because I feel like, no, we should definitely do this a little bit. Maybe a nice little thing, because some people are curious what I think about things. And Deadpool's a subject that I know a lot of. So I can talk about that one. I also talked about that I might talk about the Batman Superman movie. That's spoiler talk in that one. But it won't be as good as the Deadpool one, just because I've read Batman Superman comics, but there's just so many that there's no way I'll know everything about these guys and all the references, even with all the media that we've all seen as far as Batman Superman goes. Because when it comes to Deadpool, I've read everything. I've read everything. So I got all the references, at least the ones I caught, and I just got a lot of things out of that. And that's really what it is. Like, the more you know something, the better you can talk about and explain something, which is why One Piece LP was one of our best LPs, in my opinion, because I knew it very well. I explained the subject material when we were playing it very well. When it came to Fallout, I could have explained the subject material more. I could have talked about Fallout 1 and 2 a little bit more, I think, but there are times where it's just experiencing the game. And this is a hard balance in LPing, is experiencing the game, showing off the game. There's a lot of things you want to try to do when you're doing an LP. There's a lot of different ways LPs are done. And still trying to figure out how we want to do it. It's mostly been, I'm experiencing something and just talking about it to the audience. And I don't know. We still got to figure out what our voice is as far as LPs go. I think our best one is when we know the knowledge very well, we can explain a lot of things. But that requires just that being the only game you play. for a very long time. That's not something we can really do in the style that we do things. One Piece worked out very well because One Piece is something I know very well. The Deadpool game worked out very well because I know Deadpool. Like, one is a subject I know very well, it can work out pretty well. But some things, I feel I like it when we do when we LP blind stuff, because it's interesting experiences and just showing off experiences and thoughts and feelings. Like, I like that as well. So, I don't know. There's a couple different ways we LP, and there's a couple different ways I like that we LP, but we're not consistent because of that. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I really don't. I don't know at all. Next guide's going to be Medusa. Like, I'm not consistent in this. Talk about Smite, talk about other things, talk about this, talk about that. Like, I usually talk about Smite first, but this one, just talking all over the place, because there's not really a lot to talk about this week. Special projects coming up. We're going to do some special projects, do this and that. It'll be really good. Yeah, that's everything. It's a quick vlog today. Quick vlog this week. Probably because I already talked about Deadpool in another video, so that's going to be its own thing. And then the one-shots are, of course, going to be talked about in their videos. As far as the cider brewing goes, if you're curious, it's been at 68 degrees for 5 days, which is allowing fermentation to happen. Now I'm having it at like 73 degrees, so that there's going to be a more aggressive fermentation. And I already tasted it. All you taste is alcohol. I'm at 9% right now with the alcohol on my cider. It's crazy, but it's very bitter. So there's a thing called secondary where you introduce your alcohol to something else and to make it a different flavor. That's usually how you make something fruitier or sweeter or even more bitter if you want. And so I'm going to try to do maybe brown sugar with this cider to make it a bit sweeter. I don't know. Maybe I'll do something else. I got to get some ideas going and go with that. It's a very interesting scientific process, beer making. It's very scientific. There's a lot of measurements and time and temperatures and stuff like that. And that's a lot of stuff from science. So it's nice to have this as a hobby I'm trying to get into, because it goes back to my science background. And that's cool right there. So we'll see how that goes. Amiibo 5 is pretty cool. Check it out on Friday nights if you can. It's pretty fun. We give out some pretty good games then. We gave out Alien Isolation. We gave out Naruto Ninja Storm. I can't remember the entire title of that game. Give out some good stuff. But that right there is the vlog. A pretty short one there. We'll see how long the next week one is. I just talked about a lot of things in other things, so my thoughts are in other videos. And there you go. There's no big subject to talk about this time. There's plenty of big subject to talk about, but I can't think of any at the moment. And so that is the vlog. Thank you to Jinx for all of her hard work. Thanks you to the viewers for subscribing, for sharing, for liking, for everything y'all do. And thank you to me for whatever reasons. So there you go. That is the vlog. I had fun talking. If you have fun listening, that's what it's all about, isn't it? Having fun. Thanks for coming by, and see you next time. And also this game, right? Pretty crazy, right? Just somehow we turned it around in a crazy way. 4v5, we turned it around. It was nuts. See you later.